Air India started in 1932 as Tata Airlines, founded by J.R.D. Tata. It was once a proud symbol of India, but over time, safety problems and other issues hurt its reputation. This is the story of Air India's safety struggles, what happened after the Tata Group took over in 2022, how employees feel, why problems keep happening, and how things can get better. Before Tata took over a struggling airline from 1953 to 2022, Air India was owned by the government. During this time, it faced many problems. The airline didn't have enough money, its planes were old, and safety wasn't always a priority. There were serious accidents, like the 2010 crash in Mangalore, where 158 people died after a plane went off the runway. In 2020, another crash in Kozhikode killed 21 people when a plane skidded off a wet runway. These tragedies showed issues with pilot training and safety checks. The aviation regulator called the DGCA often found problems. They fined Air India for things like not having enough oxygen on flights, letting unauthorized people into the cockpit, and not helping passengers during delays. Once, a flight had no pilot in control for a few minutes because the crew was arguing. Employees like pilots and ground staff loved working for Air India but were frustrated. They dealt with old equipment, poor schedules that made them tired, and a system that didn't fix problems quickly. The main reasons for these issues were not enough money, weak safety checks, and a culture that didn't focus on doing things right. After Tata took over, hope and challenges. In 2022, the Tata Group bought Air India back for $2.4 billion, promising to make it great again. They started a big plan called Vihan.ai, spending billions to buy 570 new planes and improve operations. Everyone hoped Air India would become safe and reliable. But fixing an airline with so many old problems wasn't easy, and safety issues continued. In 2023, the DGCA punished Air India's safety chief for bad audits and not having enough trained staff. In 2025, they found serious issues, like planes flying without proper safety checks on emergency slides. After a terrible crash in Ahmedabad on June 12, 2025, which killed 260 people, the DGCA fired 3 senior employees for mistakes in crew scheduling and licensing. In July 2025, a big DGCA audit found 51 safety problems, including poor pilot training, using unapproved simulators, and schedules that made crews work too long. For example, one flight from Milan to Delhi broke rules by making crew work over 2 hours extra. People on X expressed sadness, especially since these issues came up on JRD Tata's birthday, how employees reacted. Air India's 18,400 employees are proud of the airline's history, but frustrated with its problems. After Tata took over, some experienced pilots were let go because they were over 50, which upset many. Later, Tata tried to bring them back, but some didn't return. Ground staff and mechanics struggled with old systems, like using Excel sheets to track maintenance instead of modern software. This made their jobs harder and less safe. After the Ahmedabad crash, Tata's chairman N. Chandrasekaran wrote to employees asking them to stay strong and focus on safety. Employees felt sad about the crash and wanted better systems. Pilots asked for fair investigations, not quick blame. Crews were tired from bad schedules and worried about being punished. Still, many employees helped families affected by the crash, and Air India set up a help desk to give Rs 10 million to each victim's family. The airline also put a senior leader in charge to fix operations. Why safety problems happen. Air India's safety issues come from several reasons. Old systems. The airline used outdated tools like Excel for records, and new software didn't work well at first, causing mistakes. Weak training. Pilots didn't always get proper training, and some simulators weren't approved. There weren't enough senior pilots to lead teams. Tired crews. Bad schedules made pilots and crew work too long, making them tired and less safe. Poor maintenance. Some planes weren't checked on time and records were messy, partly because maintenance was handled by a separate government company. Slow changes. Even after Tata took over, old habits and resistance to change made it hard to fix things quickly. How to make things better. To fix these problems and make Air India safer, here's what can be done. First, better training. Train pilots and crew properly with approved simulators and hire senior pilots to lead each plane type. Secondly, modern systems. Use new software for maintenance and schedules to catch problems early and keep accurate records. Third, care for crews. Make schedules that let crews rest enough with alerts to stop rule-breaking shifts. Fourth, improve maintenance. Bring maintenance under Tata's control or make it better with regular checks and good records. Fifth, build a safety culture. Listen to employees, reward safe work, and fix problems quickly to make safety the top priority. Finally, work with DGCA. Follow the regulator's advice, fix issues fast, and do regular safety checks to stay on track. What's ahead for Air India? Air India's story is about high hopes and tough challenges. The Tata takeover brought a chance to shine again, but old problems and tragedies like the Ahmedabad crash show there's work to do. Employees want to make Air India great and honor JRD Tata's dream. By fixing systems, training people well, and putting safety first, Air India can fly high again and make India proud.